This is a review of the game Ironsight, a free-to-play game that's been out for a few months that I have personally enjoyed, but I found a lot of problems with. Let's take a look at this game overall and see what it has done correctly and what it has done wrong overall, in my opinion. The game at first is amazing. It seems like a game similar to Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 had a baby and just threw it out into the market, and it is lovely overall. Everything feels so punchy and powerful, and the kill seems challenging but possible. I played a decent bit of the game and I loved it. Days went by and I still felt the same, but after a little bit I took off those rose-colored glasses that I originally put on when I saw this game and saw the flaws that were embedded in it. First of all, the system of leveling up doesn't seem really interesting overall, or doesn't really have much meaning. For example, when you level up, you don't get a gun or an attachment or any, you just get a supply drop, like the one similar in Call of Duty or any other shooter overall. They just have mostly cosmetic items, but in this game there are guns you can get from it, but there are also things you can get like gloves or sights, and it kind of diminishes the importance of that overall. So with that, I don't really think as much of a reason to level up overall. The game is very fair though. With the gun system that is implemented in this game, it is 20,000 gold to unlock. You might think that is a lot, but overall you can get that in a few games if you do the daily challenges and just strive to do well and win matches overall. But there's a catch with that. With each gun unlock, you can unlock it permanently for 20,000 or unlock it for a day for 4,800, I believe. I could be wrong about that. It might be 4,500. But if you unlock it permanently, you do have to repair it over time, which granted you do get a lot of use out of it, but you will have to repair it every so often, and that can get kind of pricey overall and diminish the amount of gold that you have, and if you want to unlock a gun. I do not think this system is inherently bad, but I do think it can be improved upon. Like if you were to level up a little bit and you got to, let's say, level 20, you would get a gun a little bit cheaper compared to what you would when you were at level 1. I think it would be a little bit better of an incentive to level up and just a little bit better of a system compared to what is already implemented. When I was level 17, I only had 3 guns unlocked. It was 2 SMGs and an assault rifle, or maybe an assault rifle, an SMG, and a sniper. I can't really remember properly because that was a little while ago now. A better way to get guns in this game is actually to use your coins to get supply drops. I'm level 27 now, and I have a lot more selection of guns compared to what I had when I was at level 17 with 3. This game does give you login bonuses like coins and chips, and along with possibly some weapons, but they are only for a limited time. If you get a gun, it is only there for a limited time, and so you do get a little bit bonuses when you first start. Those do go away. It is good that they give you a little bit of an incentive, like, hey, you can try this gun out for a little bit. Granted, I think you get it for at most 2 days, and it is useful for those couple days as long as you use it. There are weapons that I don't really care about and have not personally used though in that system, and I'm on the last week of it overall before I think it resets. I'm not quite sure though. I will update in the description or in a comment about whether it resets or not. This game does seem to favor assault rifles, so if you do plan on playing this game, I would suggest going with assault rifles compared to SMGs or LMGs. Snipers are pretty decent overall, but they are not like how you would expect them to be like they are in Call of Duty. You cannot just reload and quickscope as easily as you might think. It is possible, but you will not get those 7-man feeds with it like you would in Call of Duty or any game where that might be possible. To be able to even do that overall, to get quick shots off with a sniper rifle, you do need to get to a pretty substantial level. I think it is 24 with the gun itself. Granted, you do level up pretty quickly with the guns, but it still does take a lot of time, and overall it is pretty still slow going compared to the intervention in Modern Warfare 2 or any other sniper in Call of Duty overall. SMGs do feel pretty underpowered, and I love using SMGs in the game. So I do think that they need to be buffed a little bit along with everything else, and a little bit of a nerf to the assault rifle overall. The assault rifles are what you will be mostly seeing in the game, along with maybe a few SMGs along the way and snipers. No one really ever uses LMGs, and shotguns are secondaries in this game, like they were in Modern Warfare 2. But shotguns are completely awful. They need to be buffed a bit, otherwise I don't feel like they're even usable. This game does have kill streaks or assault streaks or whatever you want to call them. There are assault drones and offensive drones. Offensive are your UAVs and everything like that. Assault is like your predator missiles. The difference between this game and Call of Duty is the fact that over time those will continue to build up even after deaths. So you can get 9 kills and you will still get your predator missile, which in this one I think is called a blade drone. And overall I very much hate those, mostly on the receiving end of them, just because of the fact that they can snipe you out of any building ever, and it is very annoying, and I've wanted to break my keyboard in half multiple times because of it. One of the major problems I see with this game is the reporting system and the fact that there are no kill cams. The only way to see what happened after you died is there is a highlight of where the player was that killed you. It does not show their personal screen, it just shows a highlight from your body angle where they were, whether they're behind a tree or a rock or whatever. So I feel like kill cams are very needed in this game overall, or some sort of system where you can see their screen to tell if people are hacking. Like I said, this game isn't very old, but if people are dedicated enough, they will try to hack the game. And I have seen people flying before and have reported them. The other thing with reporting is the fact that once the game ends, you cannot report that player anymore because there is no report function outside of the match. You can only block people, and I feel like that needs to be changed a lot. There have been times where the match ended and I'm like, oh wait, that person was hacking, but I couldn't report them because there wasn't an option anymore. I might have completely missed this, but I do have 20 plus hours in the game, so maybe I've just missed it, but I have never seen it. The other major problem I see in this game is the fact that there are a lack of maps. There are 5 maps in the game, and also with the game modes. There are 4 game modes. There's Search and Destroy, the equivalent of Domination, Team Deathmatch, and another one that I really cannot remember the name of. They're all good game modes overall, but I do feel like there need to be more like free-for-all and other just party game modes to make the game a lot more interesting and stand out-ish. I personally do not like being on teams and do not like being forced onto teams I do not want to be on. So I feel like there needs to be some sort of game mode for people who don't want that. To the maps, I do feel like there need to be more, seeming as only 3 of the 5 are really good overall. The rest of them, I really rather not play and usually will leave a match if I get those maps. The maps are very fair though overall. They seem like they were pretty decently balanced, but like I said, I just feel like there needs to be more because they get bland very quickly. Like in World War II, there was a lot of problems with it as well. From my personal experience, there is no way to come back from a match if you are losing. I have joined a match where I was losing by 6 and we still lost the match because of that. The comeback, you can't really make comebacks with your team. That's why I also find it very frustrating that you have to be forced onto teams when that's the kind of thing. I don't personally like Search and Destroy. I only like mostly Team Deathmatch, so that's what I generally play, but this could be different in other modes. I really do feel like this game has a ton of potential overall, and I really hope the community and developers continue to make this game a lot better. I hope that more maps get added and more guns get added. I personally have started my own thread to possibly add more guns to the game, just ideas of guns that I think would be very beneficial in this game that also suit the futuristic 2025 era that this game is set in. From the video you can see the type of game that this is and that it feels a lot like Black Ops 2. That's the first thing I thought of when I loaded this game, but the gunfights and everything kind of feels more Modern Warfare 2-ish, if that makes sense. I really do enjoy this game and I do recommend it, but if support falls off this game, I cannot recommend it. The only way this game is really standing right now is the fact that it is still new, and it will fall flat if nothing else changes. From what I can tell, the developers are doing a very good job at keeping the community active and informing them about what is going on. They do community weekly updates and let you know about the servers and everything. In the beginning, servers were going down a lot and you couldn't join matches. There hasn't been as much of a problem from what I can tell since then. So hopefully they'll be able to move forward and keep progressing the game like they have been. There's also been a lot of discussion whether this game will be going to Steam. It is unknown at this point. I have only heard that it might be happening in the future, but there's no confirmed date by the developers whatsoever. If you want to check out this game, the link is down in the description. Like I said, it is not on Steam, so you need to download the game from the website itself. It isn't a big download. I think the game is a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys playing it, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Peace.